The Growth Report 2016 is out this week, featuring more than 200 stories of growth and resolve. On Monday, we showed you how a company in Avon Lake is working with America Makes to produce parts for the aerospace industry. Today, we take you to Case Western Reserve in Cleveland, where researchers are studying how 3D printing can affect components' properties. When manipulated, this powder moves almost as if it were a fluid. Jim McGuffin-Cawley says that's one of the reasons it's so expensive to produce.
It takes a lot of work on part of the powder producer to end up with those characteristics. And it adds a lot of cost to the powder for a couple of different reasons.
One is that only a small portion of the powder gets used in the additive manufacturing process, and once it goes through the process, its properties are permanently changed and it can't be reused. McGuffin-Cawley hopes to change that.
You want to be able to take the part, remove it from the powder bed, and with a minimum amount of processing, end up with a powder that you have a high degree of confidence in.
Case Western Reserve is partnering with the University of Notre Dame to solve this problem through a program funded by America Makes. Just down the hall, engineering professor John Lewandowski is testing metals for applications in the aerospace industry.
Which is really what's driving the use of these, is can I make a component faster that has properties that are comparable or perhaps better in some cases than the way I make it now.
The team builds components using various methods and under different conditions. Then they use this machine to test them. The machine gradually increases the stress on the component until a break occurs, giving Lewandowski and his team valuable insight into the item's properties.
We're trying to look at the conditions under which you deposit or build up the material and what kind of structure you get in the microstructure, since we're materials people, and then what kind of properties you get, which is ultimately what's going to determine if these are used.
Mohsen Saifi runs a lot of the tests, and he's devised a way to monitor and control their progress from his smartphone.
For example, if you're in the middle of the night and you're just not sleeping, you can connect to the computer and see how the test is running. If the test is not moving forward, you can't wait until the morning. You can bump the load up or just change something so the test can be run efficiently, rapidly, and then gather the data much faster.
Exactly what applications will come from all this testing is hard to pinpoint, but McGuffin-Cawley says what is certain is the critical role America Makes plays in the process.
At Case Western, we've been doing additive manufacturing for roughly 20 years. So we started out back in the rapid prototyping days. We did a lot of work under federal sponsorship at that time. That tailed off in the early 2000s, around 2005. And it was really the result of America Makes coming into existence that has catalyzed the whole field, both here, regionally, and really across the country.
You can purchase your copy of the Growth Report 2016 under the Subscribe tab at businessjournaldaily.com.